Have you ever wished that you had superpowers like the ability to fall, fly, see through walls, have superhuman strength? I certainly have. Let's consider two ways we could have superpowers. One way won't take long to talk about. You go to Walmart or something, buy a robotic supersuit, and you're a superhuman. From them. Yeah. But what if I told you there may be another way? A way that you could actually have superpowers. How many of you have heard of the show Superhumans? A show hosted by, you guessed it, Stan Lee, the man who co-created Iron Man, Spider-Man, The Incredible Hulk, and more. It searched for real-life people with special powers. They did find some. I will reference this show a few times during my talk, and I encourage you to watch it as well. Some people have these genetic differences that have caused them to have real-life superpowers, but with a determined mind, anybody can get some. Some people actually have a very high electricity resistance. In fact, a family member who's chosen to be anonymous tested themselves with a device that measures electricity resistance and found that they had a high resistance at the time. Do not go home and run a light bulb through your skin. They learned about people like this from the TV show Superhumans. The show found a man who actually could run a light bulb through a light bulb circuit through his skin. Some real life superpowers there. And yes, you can obviously work out all the time, get stronger, faster, but are you capable of getting smarter? Yes, you are. Studies have actually found that people could raise their IQ score by as much as 15%. Learn about this from the show Brain Games with Jason Silva, another show that I recommend. So the key to getting smart actually isn't to study every day. Study once, wait a day, then study your material again. Then wait a week, study, a month, study, then wait a few months and you will remember it for a very long time. Learn this technique from the book How We Learn by Benedict Carey. I recommend this as well. So I wonder, if you have superpowers, do you need to use them to fight criminals and such? Or can you just have an easier time at the supermarket? Just like, I don't know, like zip down the aisle because you're faster than everyone else. Or reach those items near the ceiling without that hook thingy. You know what I'm talking about, right? Hook thingy at the store where it's the shit. Never mind.
Oh, yeah.
Just because you're super tall or you can jump really high. Now, another thing you can improve that I'll talk about is memory. Think of the object, place, number, name, or whatever you'll need to remember, and link it to a memorable picture in your mind. Try it. This is a string of 4 numbers, 0, 7, 4, and 5. See if you can find a way to memorize them using the picture, or using the method I taught you, and you can remember them. Now the last thing that I'll talk about is how many senses humans have. Show of fingers how many senses humans have. Some of you are correct. Well, almost correct. Please don't have it be the one I want. Alright, wrong. Humans have about 21 senses. When you add in things like your sense of direction, your sense of balance, it starts to make sense. No pun intended. Really, if I intended that pun, some sort of verbal emphasis would have been used on it. But I digress. We as the human race have been using all of our 21 and more senses our whole lives, and we only ever were told about just the 5. I call an educational failure here. I encourage you to look this all up on a reputable source. I do not encourage you to try any of this at home until you found a safe way to do this. Rate yourself on your memory skill. I will now list the numbers from before up, and you can see how many you got correct. If you got 0 correct, you win nothing. If you've got 1 correct, good job, Einstein. If you got 2, you have some bragging rights. If you got 3, you at least made yourself proud. If you got 4, please raise your hand to proclaim your mental superiority over the other members of the audience. Do not cheat. Here are the numbers.
Yes.
Yeah.